Okay, I've put this off enough, and now it's time to talk about it. So, hello, it is I, Balo McKraKON. I'm here to talk about McKraKON 2024. And let me move this out of the way. Let's move that over there. Okay. As many of you might know, last year we did two specials. We did one for Pathfinder. We did one for Starfinder. I believe we had 4 tables for Starfinder, and I think 5 or 6 for Pathfinder, doing all tiers. And so we're going to put on another event that has that, as well as just regular tables of all the goodies that you guys like to play. So I'll talk about what that entails real quick to make that a reality. So to make a special a reality, we need to have bare minimum at least 3 GMs to pull it off per special. So having at least 3 per special will allow us to actually be able to get the media for it and all that other good jazz, so we can actually make it a legit special. Last year it was no problem, and I don't see that being a problem this year as well, but that's the details on how many need to make that happen. So if for some reason we don't get that many people, or people drop out or what have you, then we can still just do regular games, and that's fine. So let's talk about, just for a little bit, on what those things would be. So here's the Warhorn. It doesn't look like this just yet to all of you. If you're clicking there right this second to see, then click on these links. They're not there yet, but they will be after I save these changes. So at a later date, if you're watching this later, you can go to our Warhorn page, which is warhorn.net, events, Sandpoint Station, and then you can go ahead and click on these links and see the things that I'm about to show you right now. So, thing number 1. Let's talk about all the little details. When is it happening? It's happening Friday, June 14th, June 15th, which is Saturday, and then June 16th, which is Sunday. We're going to have 3 slots per day, 10 a.m. to 2, 4 p.m. to 8, and 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. for all you night owls out there. All these times are in Pacific Standard Time, so adjust accordingly if you don't know what that is. So those are the days, those are the times, those are the slots. So last year I gave everybody a scenario of their choosing for being a GM. This year I'm going to up the ante a little bit. So in addition to getting, I won't be giving you a scenario of your choosing in that regard, but I will be assigning some scenarios, bounties, and quests. And if you choose that option, which I'll show you in the form in a little bit, then you'll get to keep all of those scenarios, bounties, quests, whatever you pick, for those slots. So you'll get to have them for free, keep them forever and ever, do whatever you want, and those are yours. So, but in addition to all of that, I'm going to add in 3 more prizes. So one of the prizes will be a gift card to my website that has some nerdy stuff on it. It's got Sandpoint Station exclusive stuff, like this shirt from last year, and beer glasses, all sorts of some other stuff. So I'll get you a gift card there, and if you ask for just running 1 slot, you get a discount. You're going to get a gift card. If you run 3 slots, then I will give you one of these lovely dice towers with the McKraKON 2024 on them. These aren't the only colors they'll be in, but these are the colors I have shown right now. I'll have other colors with them, so no problem. And then finally, if you run 6 slots, you'll get the discount, the gift card, you'll get the dice tower, and you'll also get one of these D6 right here, where the 6 is the server logo that I lasered into them. So, and if you're wondering out there, why can I run all day and run all 9 slots? You can if you want to. I won't stop you from doing that, but I don't want to put some reward out there in the 9 slot section, because I think to run that many slots in 3 days repetitively. I think the quality of your game might start to go down a little bit as you become tighter and tighter, especially by day 3. So I'm only going to put it out for a maximum of 6 slots for rewards. Again, you can still run 9 slots if you want to, but I'm not making you, and there's no rewards past that. So we talked about rewards, so now moving on. Let's talk about Starfinder. So for Starfinder, we're going to have, I have 2 specials. Special number 1 will be the 2-00, which is the Scoured God. That's going to be the wrapping up the Scoured Stars arc that we did $199 last year in July, and now we're going to be doing this one in June. So there's a lot of scenarios to go in between those two. In fact, specifically ones that will be assigned will be these ones right here. These scenarios right here are a part of that Scoured Stars arc, and I believe they are not repeatable. So if you want to run those, that's fine. If you don't want to run those, that's fine. But these are the ones that would kind of tie into those scenarios, and they could be run before the special, after the special, what have you, but at least that way you get some of those story parts of it, right? Speaking of ones that are repeatable, these are the ones that I've picked out that got some pretty good ratings that are repeatable. So not only would you get them for the con and you run them at the con, you would also get to have them and run them at any other time for any other table you want to run. So we got a couple of scenarios. I picked one from every season. I picked 2 of the level 4 bounties and 2 of the level 1 bounties for Starfinder. Starfinder does have one quest, but it's absolutely free. You can go download it on their website right now. So there's no point in me assigning it to anybody. But if you want that quest, go get it. It's really good, actually. And so again, this one all of these tie into the Scoured Stars special. This other special I'm going to talk about, which I'll talk about with this Pathfinder one, is there is 2 specials that talk to each other that are Pathfinder and Starfinder. Fate of the Future and Perils of the Past. Fate of the Future is the Pathfinder one, and Perils of the Past is the Starfinder one, and it is a self-contained adventure, for lack of a better term. These 2 talk to each other, but there aren't any other Pathfinder or Starfinder scenarios that lead up to it or part of it or anything else. So, do you have to play them both? No, you don't have to play them both. Could you? You could, if you wanted to. I plan on jumping in and listening to you guys as you guys are playing, so I can get as much of the details myself and see how those stories interweave and connect. That's how I'm going to have fun doing it, but yeah, so you can do both. You can do one, neither, whatever. Okay, so for Pathfinder, I picked a couple again, ones that are non-repeatable. I picked 1 from every season with the high ratings. You'll notice on the both of these non-repeatables, where it's for Starfinder and Pathfinder, you're not going to notice that I don't really have, except for Pathfinder, I have 1 level 1 through 4. And that's because there are a ton of repeatables, especially in Pathfinder, that get you through 1s and 2s and 3s all the way up there all the time. And so I assume at least all of you have at least one that's in the 5-ish or 3 to 6 or even 7 to 10 range, and you need to get that little extra XP. So that's why I have picked those, so you can try to get some of those ones that you don't normally get access to, right? As far as repeatable, very similar. I have picked a repeatable from every season. So, season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've also picked the quests, the most recent series of quests, the series 2, which are all repeatable. Some of my personal favorite bounties that I have run for Pathfinder, Blood of the Beautiful, and if you're a GM and you don't have it, it's super fun, especially when you get all 6 people playing. And then, of course, the Hillcross Roundup and Treasure Off the Coast. Those are just some of my favorites for level 1. And then, of course, there's the level 3 bounties from Family Lost and Burden of the Blood Cove. So that's that. Those are the ones that potential scenarios that you may be assigned if that's the option that you choose. speaking of the other options that are not even on this document, you can run a table that you already have. If you already have a Starfinder table built, you already have a Pathfinder table built, and you want to just run those, that's fine too. You can run those. You can sign up for a slot on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you can pick that you want to run those scenarios that you already have built in your virtual tabletop, and whether that's Foundry or Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, Owlbear, whatever you want to do, you can do that. So, which I'll get to that in just a moment. But before I do that, let's talk about prizes. Prizes, you're going to have two ways to get them. One is I'm going to be doing roll-offs throughout the event during all 3 days at random intervals, most likely in between and before games and stuff like that. Among those prizes will be Paizo gift certificates, so you can buy more merch, like these, like this fuzzy little Skittermander or this green-skinned little goblin, or these lanyards or whatever merch you want to get from Paizo. Of course, I'm going to give you away some gift cards to my website, T-shirts, right? This is kind of the stuff that you might find on my website. I will also give away a couple of these. They're specifically the 2024 version, not the 2023 version, for this event. And I got a bunch of CE keys for Pathfinder Kingmaker, the edition that has all the DLC. So even if you already have that game and you didn't have the DLC, you didn't feel like buying it, you might have a chance to win that if that's something you're interested in. I'm going to try to get some Wrath of the Righteous as well. But that's where we're at. So, what else? If you want to donate, you can. You can drop me something right there. And of course, anybody who wants to just go ahead and buy one themselves now. If you want to buy any merch right now, there's a link. You can save 10% using this code new to3D using that code. So yeah. That's that. There's prizes, there's the scenarios, there's the rewards, and there's the dates. So now we're going to look over at the volunteer form real quick. I'm just going to walk through it. Okay. So here's all the details I need. I need your name. I need your contact email. I need your Discord username. And I need your Paizo avatar name. And I need all of these things so that when I send it off to a venture captain, they can link all of those scenarios that you're signing up for to your account. So throw all that in there when you're filling this out, and that's what I need that for. And so it's going to spit it out in a spreadsheet. I'm going to share it with the VC, and they're going to email you all of the things that you need for the event. And I need that at bare minimum a month ahead of time, but I'm going to set a date that we're going to have this wrapped up by the March 31st. So if I don't have it in by March 31st, not sure you're going to be able to make it in for a volunteer. As far as anything that's being sent to you, if you want to volunteer after that, you're welcome to do so, but it would have to be something that you already have built, which is fine. So, let's talk about the questions. GM experience. What experience do you have? Just pick one. What levels are you comfortable running? And you can pick as many as you want. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be pigeonholed into one. Click all the things you want. This is what's going to help me decide what scenarios to assign you if that's what you choose, because that way I'll know, okay, so-and-so is really happy with high tier. I'm going to slap that high tier one over to them. Oh, this person's only happy with low tier. Okay, I'm not going to give you a high tier scenario, okay? Have you run a multi-table special before? I have, but not everybody has. So if you say no, I'm not going to disqualify you, okay? If you have some experience in running games and run some scenarios, like you have a glyph, you have a nova, then you're probably qualified to run a special. And I'll talk a little bit more about a special after this again, but actually no, I'll just do it right now. So a special is a little different. It's timed, and you have more to do than you can actually accomplish in the time. They run around 3 to 4 to 5 hours, and when certain objectives are completed, it forces your group into the next set of scenarios, into the next set of scenarios, into the next set of scenarios, until it's done. And so it still lasts about as long as a regular scenario, but there is that little bit of time crunch that's involved in it. So that's really the only thing that's different. Well, the one more thing that's different is you got to prepare for all the possibilities of your players choosing. So a typical scenario PDF is probably somewhere between 20 and 30 pages, depending on the size of it. A special PDF is usually somewhere around 100 pages or 90 pages. So it is a fair amount of reading. It's also a lot of prepping for things you inevitably cannot use. You can still run them on your own later outside of the event for other players and still do things like that if you want to, depending on the tiers. But it depends on which one you're going to do. So, what VTT are you going to use? I will run my tables on Foundry, Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, Owlbear, Other, something else you're going to run, Google Slides, whatever. I'm going to set a camera up in front of my table and I'm going to put miniatures on there, whatever. Doesn't bother me, as long as it's clear to the people that are signing up so they can make that choice what they are getting into. Okay, down here, what types of games would you like to volunteer for? You can sign up for as many as you want. The special for the Scour God, Fate in the Future, Perils of the Past, select the tier that you want to be involved in, and you can also pick bounties, quests, scenarios, what have you. HQ is going to be someone who helps me out. Somebody that can, especially those night owls. I'm looking specifically for somebody in the later part of the night. If you want to be the night owl HQ, I will give you a little something special, which I'll talk to you about later. Because not many people are going to want to do that job, because it's going to be things like helping people find a table that are open if they are, helping with technical difficulties, giving away prizes, things of that nature. So you got to be knowledgeable about the Paizoverse and all the other technical issues that go on as far as VTT setups and characters and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, click on that, and then and anyone who does, I'll reach out to you, and we'll go over that at that time. Okay, moving on. What scenarios do you want? Okay, so at this point, I'm having it broken into, do you want me to assign you something, or do you want to run something you already have? So pick the slot. So I'll say like this one right here. I'm going to run on Friday. I'm going to be there at 10 a.m. I already have a table I really want to run, so I'm going to click on this one. Right here where it says run the table that you already have. If you want to try something new or don't have a big backlog of stuff to run, then I would go ahead and click on the assigned by me. And that goes all the way down the line, whether you're doing morning, afternoon, evening, night owl, whatever. So that's what these are for. Again, you can select as many as you want. I'm not recommending that you're running on slots, but you can if you want to. Down here, where it says anything else that's me, the McKraKON, should know. Things that you could tell me is anything you want in there. But, for example, let's say that you signed up for... the Pathfinder 3 through 6 and the 5 through 8, right? And looking at the scenarios that are available that I might assign, you see that in the 3 to 6, 5 to 8, that you already own all of these, and you've already run them, and you've already played them, and so because you've done that, you can't actually even really get any credit for it, right? So without burning a replay, which you may or may not want to do. So if you've already got those and you don't want to run those specific and you want something else on this list, you're welcome to make your request down there in this section right here where it says anything else. So requests for a specific scenario that you'd like to run off of this list, you can do that. As long as you write it down in there. So if you don't write anything in here, I will assume you have nothing and that I am free to assign anything I want to you. So that is that. Okay. So, and then just real quick before I end this lovely stream and save all of this information to the Warhorn, just going to show you real quick what I have so far. Got some shirts for the ladies. I got you can get yourself a Sandpoint Station mouse pad, some beer glasses, a hat, or you can even get yourself a shirt. This shirt in particular will be another one that I am giving away this year. I'll be giving it away during the con. But again, if you really want to go buy one right now or later on, you're welcome to do so. And they will be shipped to you, it says here, about 4 to 5 days after purchase is gone through. So, if you have any more questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and go into the Discord server and go down to the McKraKON 2024 planning channel. You can PM me, you can whatever, but I prefer it down there. That way, if there's any questions that I'm answering that other people might already have the same question but weren't brave enough to ask, we can have all that answered there. So, I think I've covered everything. Yeah. Oh, I do have one more thing. Earlier I talked about how we need to have at least 3 people for 3 GMs minimum to run a special legitimately. In addition to that, if we can get 15 tables run over the 3 days, if I got sign-ups, enough GMs to run enough things over those 3 days, then we can start going into some support from Paizo on some more gift certificates, boons, and things of that nature. So we can get some convention support directly from Paizo. But to make that a reality, again, it has to be at least 15 tables over a 3-day period. So, so there it is. Now you know what I know. And so I look forward to seeing who signs up. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And again, if you have any more questions, comments, concerns, please go ahead and talk to me in the Discord, and I will answer all your questions. Okay, that's it. That's it for me. So McKraKON out, and I will see you all later. Bye.